What's up, VC? Welcome back. This is Hub Tunes. I'm Mike. This is going to be a September vinyl finds. I have not done a vinyl finds in the month of September. I kind of think I'm going to cut back my vinyl finds just once a month because I'm trying to cut back my vinyl finds. Trying to just stay out of the record store, trying to stay on budget, get things under control, listen to more of the music behind me and over there and over there. Just kind of, just trying to get through that pile that everyone has of now listening or need to listen to. So I'm going through a lot of that stuff, and also just financially just trying to stay on a budget, especially with the holidays coming up. So one vinyl finds a month. Of course, it's going to be a giant vinyl finds. I got quite a few records. So that's about it. Actually, it's gonna get a couple of things. First, I wanted to show this. Nobody will ever get this. Nobody outside of Chicago will get this, but my Chicago fans, if you remember, this used to be my record store that I used to go to every week. This is Shake, Rattle, and Read. It's in the Uptown neighborhood. Great store. Rick, the owner, was there for decades, probably 40 years. He retired and moved to Florida and closed up shop. He had the cleanest records in Chicago. Rick will tell you he had the cleanest records in Chicago. But it was a great little shop. And my friend Candace Johnson, Candace with an I, she made this little print. And I thought it was really groovy, and I wanted to show you guys because it kind of means a lot to me. And she's a wonderful artist. I will actually put a link to her Instagram down below in the description if YouTube will allow me. Every time I put a link down there, they seem to think it's spam or something, or porn. But yeah, I love this. You people in Chicago probably all remember this place. It was a wonderful record store, and sorely missed. Also, I am reading a book. I am reading the Carlos Santana autobiography, The Universal Tone. It's a really good book. Kind of goes into a lot of his, just where he has been and where he is now and where he's going spiritually. And I think it really kind of sums up just the spirit behind all his music. It's a wonderful book. I highly recommend this. This is Carlos Santana. The Universal Tone, Bringing My Story to Light. Really good. Very much enjoying that. I also wanted to do a couple shout-outs. I was going to do Mr. Shelf Stacker. This is a great channel. I don't know if you guys watch. He's been on the VC for a while. He doesn't make a ton of videos, but really cool channel. Mr. Shelf Stacker. Shows a lot of psych, a lot of garage, a lot of prog, stuff like that. And he's not in the United States. I forget where he is, but he's got a whole different perspective from a different side of the world. He also could be in Detroit, because I'm an idiot. And the other one is the Vinyl Potato. He's got a lot of subs. I think he's over 1,000 subs, but he doesn't make a lot of videos, maybe one every month or so, but they're always interesting. He has a lot of timely interests with me, and as far as music goes and stuff. So the Vinyl Potato, check his channel out too. So get into the records. I found, this was a great find. I was in my local shop, Squeezebox Records, up in Evanston, Illinois, and I had come across this. This is a box set, the Velvet Underground, the Verve, and MGM record albums. So it's got Nico, it's got Chelsea Girl, it's got the first one, Chelsea Girl, White Light, White Heat, the Velvet Underground, and 1969. This, I believe, came out in 2019. The great thing about it, all the records were sealed. So they're not going to stay sealed because you can't play a sealed record. They're all remastered, all in mono. They're they feel a little flimsy, the packaging, but I listened to the first one already and it sounded great. And it came with a banana and a poster and one other poster deal here. This was a great find. I was super excited, and yeah, and then it's got these. That was really cool. And it wasn't super expensive. And like I said, the nice thing, all the records were sealed. It's not super old or anything. It just came out a few years ago, but really cool to add to the collection. I have a couple of Velvet Undergrounds, but the copies of the ones that I have, I have the first one, obviously, which is a shitty copy, and I have White Light, White Heat, which is also another really bad copy. But this was a great find. A little box set of the Velvet Underground. Very pleased with that. Let me put that over there. Next up, I found the Mighty Groundhogs. I haven't put this because I wanted to unfold this. This is the Mighty Groundhogs. They're a British trio, I believe. Kind of blues rock, power rock, you know, in the vein of like, I don't know, Humble Pie or something, you know, that kind of British blues. Came with this is an OG. It's on Universal. Got the inner sleeve, and it's a great package. It's a lot of fun. And then you open it, and it opens. Pretty cool. Fun stuff, original, and it's in great shape. I think it's a promo copy because it's cut on the corner. But really cool stuff. This is the Who Will Save the World, the Mighty Groundhogs. It's a fun record. You know, it's not going to set the world on fire, but it's a fun record. I'm really enjoying it. This Brides of Funkenstein. I did not have this, and I was in a funky mood, so I picked it up, and it's a fantastic record. This is it's cut, but it's a good record. George Clinton produced. It's a fun, funky record. Okay, next up. Next is a new release. This is a band I really like. This is the Villagers. This is a folky, kind of a folky dream pop band. They are on tour now with this album. This just came out. I kind of want to show the packaging. Kind of folds out or comes out, and then it's a good album. So this is it's just a slide-in sleeve. It is on yellow vinyl. I like the album. It's kind of, you know, like I said, it's kind of a folky dream pop. There's some more prints. Jesus, a lot of stuff in here. And then another print with some more lyrics on the back. Came with a little 7-incher. And it also came with some postcards and stuff, but I'm not going to open them up because I'll never do anything with them. More artwork, more lyrics, and stuff about the album. Cool packaging. A lot of stuff in one little tiny record sleeve. As far as the music goes, it's not my favorite album of theirs. It is growing on me, but I do like their previous 2 albums better. So if you're gonna look them up on Spotify, I would go with probably their earlier 2 to get familiarized with them. But this is good, and if they come to the U.S., I will definitely check them out live. Next up, I picked this up because I did not have this in my collection, believe it or not. This is Leon Russell's self-titled album. Great album. If you guys don't have this, you can pick it up for probably pretty cheap. It's a really good album. A lot of covers. Glasses. I Put a Spell on You, he does a cover of. Hummingbird, Delta Lady, Give Peace a Chance, Roll Away the Stone is a Leon Russell composition. This is a great album. Where does it? It doesn't list who's on here, but it's a who's who of. Where is it? I thought I read. Oh, here it is. Chris Stanton on guitar, George Harrison, Ringo Starr, Charlie Watts, Bill Wyman, Eric Clapton, Klaus Voormann, Jim Gordon, Greg Dempsey, Steve Winwood, Jim Horn, Mr. and Mrs. Bramlett, Bobby Whitlock, Clyde King. I mean, it's just a star-studded album, and it is worth every penny of $3 that you will find it for. Got that. What else? Oh, this is okay. We got the new Los Lobos record. This is called Native Sons. It is a double album of covers. It is cover songs of bands from LA, and it is I love Los Lobos. You guys watch this channel, you know I absolutely love Los Lobos. This album is hit or miss for me. A couple of the covers I don't understand why, and a couple of the covers they absolutely nail them. And then it's hit or miss. It's on a pretty cool aqua vinyl. I'll tell you some of the songs. They do Low Special Delivery, Misery, Bluebird for What It's Worth. I mean, it's pretty good. It takes some balls to cover For What It's Worth, and it works. They do a wonderful version of Jamaica Say You Will by Jackson Browne. Farmer John, Native Son, Sail on Sailor, the Beach Boys song, as I don't know. It's all right. The World is a Ghetto, Flap Top Joint, and Where Lovers Go. Some pretty interesting choices. But like I said, it's hit or miss for me. I don't know. Some of the songs they absolutely nail, and then I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna be entering Nick Rudo's contest real soon for cover songs, and I don't think anything from this record will be on it. Next up, great find. They have finally reissued this album, Witch in the Past. This is awesome stuff. It's on green vinyl. This is African blues rock. A lot of this record reminds me of Exile on Main Street. It's got that kind of vibe to it. It's really, really good. Highly recommend this. Somebody on Facebook, was it on Facebook or Instagram, was telling me they actually saw Witch a couple of years ago. But there was like one guy from this album on it that's still around or even still alive. But I highly recommend this. This is funky. It's rocking. Like I said, kind of like it's got a Stones feel, just like that loose Exile on Main Street kind of bluesy feel. Great record. Highly recommend this. This might be the best of the batch so far. Next up, I did pick up the Nilsson Schmilsson Mobile Fidelity. It is awesome. I actually prefer. This is gonna be controversial. No, I love this record. I prefer this record over his first one, although the first one's damn good too. But great copy, great sounding record. This thing, absolutely beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. So, Son of Schmilsson. Pick that up. Okay, now we're gonna do. I think the rest of the way it's almost all jazz. I got about 6 or 7 jazz records. I could have done 2 videos. So what I picked up for jazz, we'll probably go through pretty quick. I'm a big Larry Young fan. I love Larry Young and his soulful organ playing. This is an album I had never seen before. It's just been reissued, I believe. It came out in 1973. This is Lawrence of Newark. And I had, like I said, I had never seen this before. I'd never heard it before. The guy at the record store said it's pretty cool. So I grabbed it. I love Larry Young. It is completely different than any of his other records. This is very spiritual, a lot of congos, very, not out there, but big Indian vibe. Very, very, very cool. But totally different than Larry Young's. Larry Young is an organ player, similar to like Jimmy Smith. But this is completely different. He's got a terrific guitarist on here. There's like 4 different drummers, a congas, bass, flute, cello, bongos, electric piano, drums, saxophone, electric. Yeah, this is crazy. He's got a lineup on here that's huge. But really, really cool. If you like spiritual jazz that's kind of funky, this is definitely your cup of tea. You guys know I don't like crate digging all that much. It's just not my thing, like going to resale shops and charity shops and stuff. I just don't. First of all, I don't have good luck, and all of the ones around me are terrible because I've got probably have 10 record stores within 40 minutes of my house. So probably within a half hour of my house. And nobody leaves records at the charity shops anymore. They just go to the record stores and they sell them there. So I very seldom, I also don't have the patience or the energy. I'm pretty lazy when it comes to that stuff. But I was working out in the suburbs and I had some time to kill, so I ran into a Goodwill and I found a copy of Ellington Indigos. It's a 6i. It's not an original. It's not an original press, but it's really old and it sounds fantastic. It sounds really, really good. Yeah, it's great. It's really good. I'm not the biggest Duke Ellington fan, but for 99 cents, I grabbed it, and it's a real pretty album. I know it's a very popular album. Real pretty. So, yeah, I was really happy to find that for I think it was 99 cents. Next up, the great John McLaughlin has a new album out. Guitarist John McLaughlin, who was in the Mahavishnu Orchestra. He is now 81 or 82 years old, I believe. And this is a really solid record. I'm really quite pleased with it. It's really, really good. It's just John McLaughlin, more of his solo stuff. It's not like Mahavishnu or anything like that. But it's a little more laid back. It's just all guitar centric. It's gorgeous. I really, really like it. A couple of newcomers on his band. I don't even see where the band is. I don't even see where the band is listed. But really good players. He's surrounded himself with some great players. It's dedicated to Chick Corea, who we just lost this year. It really, I mean, if you like jazz guitar, run out and get this. It's a really solid effort by a legend in jazz guitar. Another legend in jazz guitar, the new album by Pat Metheny. This is Side Eye, New York City. It's recorded live in New York City. And it's, again, great album. It's really, really solid. The guy who plays drums for him on this is unreal. He's really, really good. Just on black vinyl. Solid live recording. I'm actually going to see Pat. I think it's the second weekend of October. I'll be seeing him. He's playing in a rock club down here in Chicago. Usually when I see Pat, he's at Symphony Center or Ravinia, which is one of those bring your wine and cheese kind of places and sit on our lawn and not see the band. But this time he's playing at Thalia Hall at a rock venue, which will be really cool. It's general admission, so I'm gonna try and get up close and hang out with Pat for an evening. Should be really cool. Next up, big thank you to Mazzy He was on, I think it was on Facebook or Instagram. I think it was Facebook. He saw that Music Matters Jazz released a bunch of stuff. And this was one that I did not have in my collection. It was not cheap, but this is worth it, whatever I paid for it. We'll keep it quiet what I paid for it. But this was a Grant Green record that I was missing. I have every Grant Green record now. And this was one I did not have. This is solid, and it has the greatest album cover of all time. I just love this record cover. Absolutely gorgeous. If you guys know Music Matters Jazz, they're similar to the Tone Poets. Get the photo sessions. They're beautifully pressed. Absolutely gorgeous. This thing sounds just spectacular. So yeah, thank you, Mazzy, for putting that link out and notifying people that these were back in stock. They were back in stock for literally like 5 minutes, and they're all gone. There were a couple others that were in stock. I think the Joe Henderson Inner Urges was one that I really wanted, but now I see that they're going to release that as a Blue Note classic. So I'm good. Can't complain. Love this record. Next, a couple of. I picked this up because I have an OG of this. I have an OG and it sounds terrible. It looks terrible, but it's an OG of one of the greatest jazz records of all time. This will be my playing copy because it sounds great. I hear some people had some issues with their quality and stuff, but I had no issues. This is absolutely wonderful. You guys probably know this record. This is Kenny Burrell, Midnight Blue. Awesome album. Next up, I picked up the two most recent Tone Poets. I am not the biggest Wayne Shorter fan, but I am going to buy every one of these Tone Poets. They are an education in jazz. That's the way I look at it. First of all, you're getting super high quality, beautiful packaging, beautiful pressings, stunning sound. This was a blind buy. I had never heard this record. Like I said, I'm not a huge Wayne Shorter fan. Some of his records, they're too out there for me. I'm not a big free jazz fan, and some of his get little free. This is a beautiful record. This is different. This is a lot different. And this is why I buy the Tone Poets, because I'm learning so much about jazz and different albums. I would never have picked this album up. If this was not released on a Tone Poet, I would never have picked it up. This is Wayne Shorter, did I say? It's The All-Seeing Eye. It's gorgeous. It's very orchestral. It does get out there a little bit. There's a few moments where I was kind of like, oh shit, this is Wayne. But no, it's really more spiritual than free, and that's what I really like about it. Got the inner session photos: Freddie Hubbard, Gretchen McCord III, Ron Carter, and the great Herbie Hancock. So yeah, I recommend this. I've been listening to it a lot. Really, really enjoying it. Tone Poets. Yeah, I picked up the Lee Konitz with Jerry Mulligan. This is from 1953. This is a Pacific jazz release. So this is West Coast jazz, which is a lot more laid back. It's not like New York jazz, East Coast. East Coast is kind of in your face. West Coast, Pacific jazz, that label is specifically, it's very, I don't want to say laid back, but more just more smooth, a little more smooth. And this is a terrific record. I had never heard this either, and it's from 1953. This is an early record from my collection. I'm usually, when I get jazz, it's usually more 60s, 60 to 70. Lee Konitz, Jerry Mulligan, Chet Baker on trumpet, Larry Bunker on drums, Carson Smith, and Joe Mondragon on bass. It's a really pretty record. It's really cool. Some cool photos on the back too. They seem to be doing a lot more of the Pacific for the Tone Poets, which I'm really looking forward to. So this is, Lee Konitz plays with the Jerry Mulligan Quartet. And one more. I'm out of breath. Was I really? I was going at high volume there for a minute. Sorry. I picked up another Tone Poet that was missing from my Tone Poet library. This is one that avoided me. It's one of the best Tone Poets. I have a copy of this record. I just didn't have the Tone Poet, so yeah, this one just always avoided me. This is Duke Ellington, Money Jungle, with Charles Mingus and Max Roach. If you've not heard this, it's a pretty cool record. It's really interesting. Every time I listen to this, I hear something different. It's really, really interesting. And this Tone Poet is great. It's the sound quality on this is, I mean, above the others. It's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. It's a United Artists jazz. So just a great record, and I don't know why it just always avoided me. I don't know. I never saw it in the wild, and it was out of print for a while, and out of stock for a while, and I stumbled about it about 2 weeks ago. So super happy to have that in the Tone Poet collection. I think I have all the Tone Poets. I think I'm missing the two Joe Hendersons. Those are the only two I'm missing. But otherwise, I have them all. Oh, I didn't get the Charles Lloyd either, but I'm okay with that. But I have all the vintage, older stuff, and it's a wonderful collection. And if you're new to jazz, or even if you're been into jazz forever, I pick these things up. They're gorgeous records. Packaging is phenomenal. The sound is great, and the price. This was $31 for this. It's a piece of art, and it's such an education. This whole series is really, like I said, I'll buy every single one because they're just. I'm learning so much about jazz just by these releases, and I haven't picked up a Tone Poet that I do not like. Some I like more, but they're all absolutely wonderful. So that's it. You guys, questions, comments, snide remarks down below in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. I don't know if I say that enough. You guys are awesome, and I can't believe people are still watching this silliness. But we're gonna keep doing them, and I got a couple of videos coming up. I got a third installment of Gary Newman, and I'll do a review of the Pat Metheny concert after that happens, and a couple of contest entries. A lot of contests. You guys are rocking these contests, but they're fun. They're a lot of fun. And then I got a couple ideas for maybe some silliness, so just to kind of mix it up a little bit, because you guys are probably tired of me sitting in front of this wall of sound. So trying to think of different ways to do different things and maybe have a little more fun. And yeah, that's it. You guys stay well, be safe, and I will see you soon. Bye.